Hello. Before we even get into this story time, look at how freaking cute my shirt is, you guys. This is what dreams are made of. Lizzie McGuire, the girls that get it, get it. Volare. Whoa. Anyways, y'all, I am so embarrassed to say this story time, but like I thought it was too funny to not share it with you guys. My first time ever going to Chippendales. It literally just happened a couple of days ago for my bachelorette party, and I was gonna make it into a TikTok, but I felt like the people on TikTok were gonna be a lot harsher because people on TikTok are mean. Okay, you guys here on YouTube, you're a little bit nicer. Hopefully, please do not prove me wrong. Don't be mean, okay? So let's get into this. So my bachelorette party was in Vegas, okay, period. I just got back 2 days ago and it was the best. It was only me and my bestie. People were really confused, like what, like why is it just you and one girl? My other best friend didn't come, okay, she didn't come, and I only had them two. My bridal party is them two, and then I have a junior bridesmaid, so she's not old enough to obviously go to Vegas. She's literally only like 11 years old. Okay, so just me and her, and what we did, we had a sort of combined bachelorette party. So we all traveled there together to the airport on the plane. As soon as we got to the Las Vegas airport, we went our separate ways. Girls go to their own hotel, boys go to their own. So now that I'm back, I can tell you the boys stayed at the Caesars and then we stayed at the Aria. It was beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. My first time ever at the Aria. 10 out of 10, would recommend. And they were only like 10 minutes apart from each other with traffic, so we wanted to stay close by but not close enough where we would see each other. So we were separate for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then Saturday everybody spent it together, and then Sunday we left. That's how we wanted to do it. I personally loved it because we still had our own girl time and our own boy time, and then we ended up missing each other so much, and so Saturday was just extra special. But I was the one who wanted to go to Chippendales because I just felt like, you know, it's your bachelorette, like, you know, you gotta go to a strip club. Just for reference, I've only ever been to one strip club in my life, and it's not even a strip club. I went to 11 in Miami, and that's more of like a club with just strippers on the side. Like, they stay at their little poles. There's one in the center, a couple on the side, but for the most part, it's a club. You know what I mean? Like, I've never been to anything besides that. So I wasn't sure what I was really expecting. Like, I just knew Chippendales was a show. And I'm only basing it off of what I've seen in Jersey Shore. So if you never watched Jersey Shore Family Vacation, Vinny is like a little headliner at Chippendales. I'm sad he wasn't there. Okay, I'm sad he didn't come back until August, whatever. But when I saw it was a show, and yeah, they go up to some girls, but like they walk up slowly to them, so the girl kind of has time to say like, yeah, like come over here, or like, no, get away from me. And I know that they bring some people on stage, but of course, like, they obviously have to ask you or like grab you by your hand. So that's what I was expecting. I was like, okay, like, it's just a fun little show. All right. So my best friend, shout out to her, she's the one who planned the entire bachelorette party, down to every club, every meal, everything. And she knew I really wanted to go, so she bought the tickets for me. But the day of, we're like, oh no, we're so nervous. Our stomach's starting to hurt. Like, when you're so anxious, we're like, you know, we're gonna have fun. We're at dinner right before, and we're like, oh my gosh, like, I think this is a horrible idea. And I agree with her, but I'm trying to like not get her freaked out. I'm like, no, it's gonna be fun. Like, we're gonna laugh the whole time at the show. And I should say, obviously, I'm engaged, the bachelorette party. She has a boyfriend, and he was there at the bachelor party too. Me and her are dating cousins. So basically, we're family at this point, okay? We're dating cousins. He was there. Even if he wasn't there, she still was not down for this. She was like, no, like, you know, I'm only doing it for you. If it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have gone. We get there, and tell me why we are seated at the very front. Very front, like right next to the stage. I'm gonna show you the picture that I took. That's how close we were to the stage, and I sent my mom that. My mom knew we were going. I was like, oh, like look how close we are. And we get sick to our stomachs. We're like, oh my god, like, we're so close, they're gonna grab me on stage. And that's the one thing Carlos told me, like, do not go on that stage, because we've seen what happens when girls go on that stage. They like hump them and they be making them touch, and Carl, like, that was the rule. Carlos was like, do not go on that stage, like, that's your only rule. And I was like, I'm not going on that stage, like, oh my god. I started freaking out. I'm freaking out, whatever. And keep in mind, Carlos did go to a strip club too. He went to, like, I don't know, like it was a hookah lounge / strip club, and he went the night prior. So he was telling me, he was like, bro, they're like vultures out there, they like attack you. And I was like, like, I thought he was being a little bit dramatic. I was like, they just want your money, like, they're gonna attack you. And obviously he's the groom, I'm the bride. They're gonna attack you the most because it's your bachelor party, whatever. So he was like, you're gonna feel really uncomfortable, like, I'm just warning you, like obviously still go, you pay for tickets, but I'm telling you, you're not gonna enjoy yourself, because I didn't enjoy myself. And I was like, whatever. We're already nervous. All of a sudden, some guy comes out, I think he was like the host, and he's like, okay guys, like, let me just go over a couple of rules, basically saying you could record. You could record as long as there's no flash. Don't tip the dancers, they already get paid enough, which I'm glad he said that, because I ended up realizing I didn't bring any singles, only 50s, and I'm not throwing no 50s at them. I didn't think about it, right? Because I thought it was a show, and I was correct. And he's like, yeah. He was like, you know, the more you scream, the more we'll take off, and I'll put the video right here. So you see me, Ashley's face, we're like, this is a horrible idea. Like, we already felt instantly uncomfortable. Like, we just are good girls. We're goody two shoes, you guys. Like, we aren't into like the party, like clubbing, drugs, drinking. Like, we're just not like that. Like, we love to have a good drink together, but like at brunch. That's the type of girls we are. Let's go shopping, let's get our nails done. We're not, hey, let's go and go to the strip club. That is not us. If that's you, you know, that's fine. Me and her are not like that. So we already felt uncomfortable. All of a sudden, when he's saying, oh yeah, like, just make sure that there's no flash while they're performing, he's like, go turn it off now. And a girl accidentally put her flash on because she was trying to turn it off. And he was like, hey everybody, whip out your cameras, I'm gonna give you something to record. He pounces off the stage, jumps on her chair, and starts thrusting in her face. And keep in mind, she didn't even have the chance to say no. He just was like, boom. And she goes like this, her face is back, and she's like, oh my gosh, like, what the heck. And I'll even insert the video right here too.
Are you single? Are you single? You better put your hands in my ass. I'm not too fucking weird. You're telling me his name's Steve. What's yours?
So yeah, like, that's the thing. And if you peep in the video, he's like, hey, are you single? You see how she hesitated? Do you see how she hesitated? I feel like that means she was taken, because any single girls, there was a pair of single girls in front of us, and I knew they were single because I guess the strippers were like on a balcony. They were like, hey daddy, like, they were excited for them. And like, you know, single girls would like attack that guy. She was like, yeah, why'd it take you so long to answer? You're definitely taken, and you was thinking, should I cheat on my man or not? Okay, so if that girl ever finds this video, you're caught red-handed. Anyways, and he's like, oh yeah, like, grab my culo, like, whatever. That was fine. But what I didn't get on camera, he literally starts making out with her, tongue down each other's throat. And I'm like, if this is the host, how is this show gonna go? Like, me and Ashley look at each other and our eyes are glossy and we're holding in our tears. And I'm like, do you want to go to the bathroom? She's like, yeah, let's run to the bathroom. We go to the bathroom, we start crying. We're like, we're gonna lose our men. We need to go home. We need to go home. We don't want to be here. Like, even if, let's say, like, we were single, we didn't like the fact that he didn't really like give her an option to say no. Because even if I was single, I personally am not making out with you. Because how many girls have you made out with at these shows? Like, you could have something, okay? So we were like, we need to go. I called Carlos, he's half asleep, because that night the boys didn't go out to the club because they went day drinking and they had a little bit too much fun, so they didn't go out to the club. They were all sleeping. And I'm like, Carlos, like, I need to go. He's like, oh, like, just leave then. Like, you paid money, you should stay, then just leave. He was like, he was half asleep and he doesn't even remember the phone call. I was like, whatever. So Ashley's like, let's leave. And I'm like, I feel bad though, like, y'all, she paid for my ticket, her ticket. I was like, no, like, you paid for it, like, we should really stay. She was like, I genuinely do not care how much money I paid. I feel uncomfortable, I want to leave. And I was like, okay, I want to leave too. We were like, how do we get out of here? And we had, and the thing is, we already ordered drinks and we didn't sip a single bit of the drinks. We were like, let's just find our waitress and say, hey, like, can we just pay for our drinks? We're gonna go. Thankfully, the waitress was so nice. She was like, oh no, like, don't worry about it. And I guess a manager or something came up to us and she was like, oh, like, is there a problem? Ashley lies. She's like, there's an emergency, you know, we have to go to our hotel, there's an emergency. I'm like, yeah. And I start laughing. Y'all, one thing about me, I am the worst liar in the world. Like, I start laughing because I feel uncomfortable. And Ashley's like, yes, like, we have to go to our men. And I'm like, yeah, like I'm doing it right now. Like, yeah, like, you know, like, there's a bachelor party happening and something happened. And Ashley's like, shut up, right? Because I'm laughing. She's like, yeah, like, we really have to go. And the lady was like, oh, like, are you gonna come back? Ashley's like, yes, we will be right back. We just have to run back to our hotel. Ashley's like dead serious. And I'm laughing in her face. And I cannot help it. There was no emergency. Y'all know there's no emergency. And I think the girl caught on because I was laughing. The manager was like, does your fiance not want you here? And Ashley was like, no, there's an emergency. Let's just go. She was like, okay, like, we have your names. Like, don't worry. Like, come back and you could just come right back in. We never went back in. There was no going back in. Like, I think the manager knew, like, we just felt uncomfortable. Like, so that's why there's not much to the story, because we left instantly before the strippers even came out. And I call my mom and I'm crying and I'm like, I don't ever want to go back to the strip club. Like, that made me feel so uncomfortable. And my mom is hysterically laughing at me and she's like, good, you'll never go to one ever again. And so horrible. Not Carlos, Ashley calls her man. She's like, yeah, like, we're never going back there. Like, and they're happy, like, oh yeah, no, don't worry about it, you don't ever have to go to strip club. So me and Carlos vouched that we will never go to strip clubs ever again. No. Like, the last time that we went to a strip club was 11 together. That was very different. And he said before that he went to a strip club a couple of times here back at home, and that was when he was in like high school. And he was like, yeah, no. I was like, so yeah, that's just not for us. Because I know some married men, they like going. In my humble opinion, if you disagree, that's between you and your significant other. I don't care what you do. This is just my opinion, okay? In my opinion, the husbands, okay, I'm gonna say husbands. If you're a single man, I'm not talking about you. Husbands that go to strip clubs are unhappy in their marriage. They're trying to get away. Okay, they have addictions and they like want to see all that, or you're just an idiot and you have all this money and you don't know what to do with it and you're also very unhappy. Okay, and I'm talking about the ones that don't go with their wives. I know some people, they like that, they love their wives like going. I'm talking about the men don't like going by themselves. 3 reasons. Okay, so I told Carlos, we never need to go to one ever again. We're good for the rest of our lives. We got our last hurrah in, and it wasn't even hurrah, it was a nice 2 minutes in there and I left. So I'm really embarrassed about it, because why did I cry? I'm an idiot, but I'm gonna remember for the rest of my life. But yeah, that's the story. The story was really short and I knew that, but I know a lot of you guys were asking, hey, how did Chippendales go? And I wanted to tell you how Chippendales went. It didn't really happen. I saw the host and I immediately skedaddled out of there. And so now this means when Ashley gets married, because my other friend, she's married, so I don't have to worry about that. But whenever Ashley gets married and for her bachelorette party, we decided immediately, no, we do not need to go to one ever again. And another reason I left too, because I was like, you know what, if that was the host and he pounced on that girl, and imagine I'm next to the stage and I heard that they go specifically after brides, like they see the bachelorette party, they want to make the bride have a good time. And I almost forgot y'all. When I go in there, they see my veil and they're like, oh, congrats on getting married, like on your bachelorette. Like, thank you. They're like, what's your name? Because we're writing down all the names of the brides so you can get a special shout out. I'm thinking special shout out is like, yo, like, shout out to Alyssa, she getting married. Shout out to da-da-da, she getting married. I think the special shout out meant a lap dance or a make out or touching something. That's what I think. And I never was there to find out. I didn't want to find out. I didn't know, okay? I didn't know. So that's another reason I skedaddled. I was like, you're not getting no special shout out from me. And I didn't want to be targeted because I was a bride and I was right next to the stage. You know what I mean? And I don't think they took no as an answer. So, and that's what my mom said. My mom was like, you don't go to Chippendales and say no. And I was like, well, I didn't know that, okay? So anyways, that was the story. I'm so sorry if it was quick. That was my experience. And please, if you ever gone to Chippendales or any other like male strip club, let me know how your experience was. Bye.